three, four.
Beatles opened up my musical knowledge because they were the very first band that I listened to. And before them, there was nothing. After them came everything. The first album I ever owned was Sam's Town by the Killers. And let me tell you, I am very glad I purchased it because it's one of my favorites. I own 136 or so albums. And I prefer full albums because you take a full album and you pull out a single because it sounds different and it appeals to the general public in a way, and it's going to bring attention to the album itself. But I feel that listening to the album as a whole is the way the band intended it to be heard. So I don't think genres are really a definition for the music. If I had to simplify it, I could say that I like classic rock and I like new rock and I like a bit of metal and a bit of industrial, maybe some techno in there, some blues, EDM, house, no, rap's okay, hip hop. That's it. It's hard to pick a favorite band at this point because I've put so much investment into music. At one time it was the Beatles, but now it's sort of evolved beyond that. The Beatles were like a jumping point to just so much other stuff. Right now I'd say it's somewhere between the Black Keys and the Killers. I first learned of the Beatles probably when I was 3. My parents had a greatest hits album, and I remember whenever they would put it in, I would just be like, oh, this sucks, I hate this. And I think that's because when I was a kid, I wanted to listen to the stuff with all the nasty swears in it. But one day, in between 5th and 6th grade, I just sat down, took a listen, and really enjoyed it. I've been to one, just the one. It was Matchbox 20. My dad was friends with the bassist, former drummer, and we got to go backstage and hang out with the band. It was pretty rad. I'd go see The Who because, from what I understand, their shows were just over the top, extravagant, with the smashing and the big lights. I'd go see the Black Keys because I like what they do. I like the music they make. I thought their most recent album was top notch. Maybe not as good as Attack and Release or El Camino, but it had its own style and it had its own appeal, and I think I'd like to hear the songs on that album live. There's too many to pick just one. You know, there's Symbols, there's Revolver, Sam's Town, Attack and Release was on there. You got Humbug, Arctic Monkeys, of course. Arctic Monkeys, fantastic. You got Demon Days. Demon Days, man, come on. Maybe I'll throw in some, maybe Torches. You know, Torches are pretty good. Definitely the Black Keys, Turn Blue, World Tour. Oh, Weird Al. I wish I would have seen Weird Al. Mandatory Tour. Read My Mind by the Killers. I like, I would say Tighten Up by the Black Keys. Split by KMFDM. No, I'm just kidding. Don't. No, because I think it takes more effort. Because not only do you have the person making the music, but you also have to bring in the animator that draws all the characters and has to draw them doing the music, making a video. Although certainly you could do more with an animated band, you couldn't do with a normal band, and that's kind of cheating in a way. I think it's a lot harder to do at the same time, because when you develop this animated band, that's what people want to see, not the people making the actual music. So at the same time, you're kind of limiting yourself and freeing yourself. So it's double-edged, and I think it takes more work, so it deserves more respect. I think a 3 to 4 core is essential, but I think if they want to bring people in to help them out, and that's what bands like Gorillaz did. I think it's better to do a collab with multiple people, because I think doing just one person, you get kind of tired of it, and it's just like this formula that you create will just be the same throughout the album. And that's why people like Gorillaz take all kinds of different people from different genres of music and throw it all together, and you get Plastic Beach. The song Guilty Conscience by Eminem with Dr. Dre. That's a really funny song. That's been one of my favorite collabs, for a long time.